Okay, welcome back to I'm the evil lord of an intergalactic empire. Anime review, episode number 3. Reviewing the third episode of the series, The Way of the Flesh. The episode, from what I can tell from Lim's story, it is from the first couple pages of chapter 2, the second half of the chapter, and pretty much the entirety of chapter 3. Here's what happens. He gets out of it. Well, first we start off with what seems to be an anime original scene with the guide, where we see, well, Liam's previous wife, his wife, where she's about to order this. She orders food, and she's about to break the chopsticks, but one of them breaks in half, and because she's apparently being tormented. I don't know if this is a later story because I've only technically read the first book, and recently I start reading book 2 of the series. So I don't know where this is from at all. I do know the Lima stuff is from book 1. So, and then right after that we have him wake up where, now, okay, so the scene itself is presented like the way it is in the book, where he gets to the capsule. Excuse me. And yes, it has been mentioned in 2 years. He's a little bigger. Right afterwards, look at financial records. Now, what actually happened next, right after he woke up, before looking at financial records, where he basically went to go fight his butler, Brian. They completely cut out basically any scene related to him in the episode. Yes. By the way, the episode is only 20 minutes. You're like, really? It's that short? Yeah, it is. It's that short. It seems like every episode so far tends to be 1 minute shorter than the previous episode. Like the opening episode was 22 minutes. The second episode was 21 minutes. This one is 20. I do not know why that it's being released like this. Maybe it's going to be edited together. Just probably. And this is Crunchyroll releasing this. Yes, Crunchyroll was releasing this early. I still don't get why they're doing this early for. It just doesn't make any sense. Maybe it's a prologue. I don't know. It depends upon, basically, I'm just reviewing what they present. So, a little bit of improvement. The fact that it's supposed to be for 6 months and it being for 2 years. Yeah, I thought this is kind of weird. And this actually is not the fault of the anime. That's the correct dialogue because that's the dialogue for the book. And they also cut the bit about where he was going to cut the military. Yeah, they cut that out of the episode. That'll probably be next week's episode, possibly, which is going to be called First Battle. Which, by the way, the title of the episode, Way of Flesh, that is taken from, I kid you not, that is taken from Chapter 3 of the book. The next episode is taken from the chapter title of Chapter 9. I was rereading also look at chapter 10. It seems like a little bit of this chapter was out for the flash forward from the first episode. Or actually, first couple episodes. Yeah. So, basically then he also tries out basically the pilot, these robots, and he goes get. Oh, by the way, Brian is briefly seen in the episode. Yeah, he's briefly seen for a quick cameo. They cut the line about him not trusting sword masters, so find the best sword master because he wants to learn swordmanship. Then we're introduced to Yakshi. That is basically this guy right here. That's him, which, by the way, his introduction, spot on from the book. Now, in the anime, you don't give a reason why they're just here. Is, this is possibly where he was to meet him. And then, of course, he decided to show his skill off by cutting out a series of trees. So apparently it's like, yeah, where he just, this technique of his, and they mentioned he trains for 3 years, which, yes, is from the book. And try to try out the robot, and we have this stuff with before the next part of the scene with where he gets the actual armor. there is a scene he finds out somebody has been embezzling his funds while he's been asleep and exploiting his subjects. And this scene itself is very reminiscent of the scene from the first episode where someone is accused of embezzlement and the person's subordinate is executed. Despite the fact the boss did the embezzling. You're thinking, wait a minute, this sounds like the way it was. Yes, it was. And this scene is inspired from the book. Good job for that. This actually from chapter 3, this whole next bit here. So, then, oh yeah, he actually was one to do the exploiting. And then he proceeds to chop the man's head off for embezzlement. It says the lines like, don't exploit. And then he puts in a sword. And then he tells, I'm going to kill all the corrupt officials. And, like 30, done. And then we cut to that bar from the previous episode. Right with the corrupt officials. And that's it for that. I gotta say, so far, it's pretty decent what they do. Oh, what else they cut out here? Well, aside from the stuff with the military they cut out here with basic ships, which they probably will see in the next episode is called First Battle. The thing that they actually have, well, they cut out here was stuff related to the mansion. Because it's still covered in vines, and in the book he did not like the appearance of the mansion, so he said update it. So, yeah, update the mansion. Now, there's stuff here with the Knight Christina, which I tried looking up in the book and see where the heck this is from. And this must be complete anime original, at least maybe they mentioned this, where she's basically brought an escort with her to meet up with the pirate Gauze, who wants to negotiate peace. And then things turn for the worst when basically you're United Federation, they're not united. A lot of them despise you. And then her escort basically turns her guns on her, and she's forced to surrender. And she's forced to be tied up and watch also that her home planet is being shot at by her own escort. This scene itself is similarly reminiscent of, like, basically you have a princess watching her home being shot at. Like, it's like the animators are ripping up Star Wars for this scene. Now, in case you're curious, what happens next? Well, see, in the books, when she's introduced, she's already been captured by Gauze. And she's freed by basically Liam later on in the book. That's how they first introduce her. In the anime, they introduce her early just so they can explain how she got, what her situation was. And she's the first princess of the kingdom. She was also the Imperial Knight. But, very shocking ending with her. And I'm really hoping he is not planning on raping her. Which, if you're curious, like, does it do in the book? No, there's no mention that he raped her at all. He just basically put her in, like, some outfit, whatever, and kept her as a captive. I don't think he did anything sexual to her. It's never mentioned in the book at all. But that's pretty much it discussed there. It's like the only with darkness with her, it's like, yeah. But still, it's the first sci-fi isekai I've ever seen. I mean, can you think of an isekai where someone is not reincarnated in another world where it's not fantasy based? Because generally put, go a fantasy world, either it's a comedy or dark or whatever. This one, it's basically all sci-fi stuff. And also the fact that we also see some other demonstrations of the military power. There's no mention of he actually wanted to cut the ships. Yes, because I remember that he actually did cut them out of ships because they were spending way too much money. And some of these were much older ships and costing too much to maintain. There is a mention in the book basically about the robots, which something he does use in the first episode. But not much else to say. I kind of wish basically that some person would point out, like, hey, where did this flashback take place where Christina got captured by Gauze? Because in the book, she's already captive. Like, I tried to look and see if, like, maybe it was a flashback of her, of this all the events from this episode. Nope, it's completely original. Which, I don't have a problem with that. It's perfectly fine. At least Sabra's character early before her actual debut in the book. Yep. Excuse me. But yeah, that's pretty much a particular view. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications. I'm just going to go ahead and watch one more anime today. I'm going to watch Dragon Ball Daima. Yep. But the next video. Bye.